In early 2025, an unexpected ripple began disturbing the normally polished surface of the global music streaming industry. Play counts were surging, unknown artists were charting, but no one, not even seasoned listeners or critics, could remember hearing their music. By the end of February, at least 137 fake artists had collectively amassed over 280 million streams on major platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal. The fraud was invisible, seamless, and profitable. The man behind it all? Michael D. Smith, a former clinic owner turned digital ghost, who weaponized artificial intelligence to exploit the very algorithms designed to discover talent, and he made millions doing it. Michael Smith wasn't a music executive. He wasn't even a musician. He had spent the last decade running urgent care clinics across the Midwest. But after a series of lawsuits and failed ventures, Smith went underground, quietly absorbing everything he could about generative AI, synthetic voice modeling, and streaming platform mechanics. He discovered that with the right text prompts and free tools, he could generate original beats, lyrics, vocals, and even cover art, all without human input. By mid-2024, he had set up shell record labels under names like Echo Noir, Quantum Muse, and Low Track Global. Each label had dozens of AI-generated artists with vague bios and algorithm-optimized keywords. He uploaded over 3,000 songs, each released under fictitious personas with distinctive yet fake branding. None of it was real. But the music? It was good enough to blend in. Smith didn't stop at uploading fake songs. He built a vast network of streaming bots, using cloud-based virtual machines and rotating IP addresses to play his songs on loop. He even programmed the bots to mimic human behavior, pausing, skipping, creating playlists, and sharing tracks to simulate social interaction. Each stream brought in fractions of a cent, but scaled across millions of listens, it added up fast. Within 3 months, his fake catalog had earned over $9.7 million in royalties. He used cryptocurrency to launder the proceeds through overseas accounts tied to shell corporations. On paper, he was just another independent label owner raking in unexpected success. In reality, he had created one of the most lucrative music fraud schemes in history. Smith's operation was a Frankenstein of off-the-shelf tools and deep technical understanding. He used open-source AI models like MusicLM and RVC to create vocals and instrumentals. Cover art was generated through tools like Midjourney. Metadata was engineered to match the search habits of different regions and genres. He ran hundreds of scripts daily, automating uploads, ID verifications, and streaming cycles. With VPN masking and region spoofing, he fooled not only platforms, but their ad and analytics partners too. Several of his fake artists had real verified checkmarks and were added to algorithmic playlists. This wasn't just AI making music, it was AI orchestrating an entire illusion. The fraud might have continued undetected for years had it not been for an intern. Working for a music analytics firm, she noticed that several rising artists had identical waveforms, metadata anomalies, and no verified live shows or interviews. She flagged the findings. Her supervisor passed it to the company's head of data integrity, who in turn sent it to a contact at Spotify. A quiet internal investigation began. Within days, Spotify's engineering team detected over 2,000 IP addresses routing streams to Smith's content. The addresses led to virtual servers in Singapore, Amsterdam, and Buenos Aires, all leased under aliases connected to cryptocurrency accounts. In March 2025, a federal task force launched Operation Echo Silence, a coordinated probe involving the FBI, IRS Cybercrimes Division, and Interpol. They traced payments, server logs, and forged contracts. The web was vast, spanning 5 continents and 21 shell corporations. On April 14th, Michael Smith was arrested outside a hotel in Miami, Florida. He had been using a pseudonym and was carrying 5 fake IDs, 2 encrypted phones, and over $20,000 in cash. Agents seized dozens of devices. The content revealed everything: server logs, artist templates, generated lyrics, playlist manipulation tactics, and memos labeled Next Gen Rollout. Smith was indicted on charges including wire fraud, money laundering, identity theft, racketeering, and digital impersonation. Prosecutors called it the most advanced intellectual property scam in modern history. In court, Smith remained calm. His defense? "I didn't steal anyone's music. I created my own." But the prosecution showed that his bots had drowned out real indie artists, stolen millions in ad revenue, and gamed ranking systems that influenced global payouts. Music executives, engineers, and even AI developers testified. Some called him brilliant, others dangerous. He was found guilty on 19 counts. Sentencing is scheduled for September 2025. He faces up to 60 years in federal prison. Streaming platforms purged thousands of accounts. AI-based uploads were temporarily halted. Independent artists demanded transparency. New verification protocols were rolled out globally, including watermarking for AI-generated sound and machine learning content audits. The Recording Academy issued a statement: "Music is human. Tools are not talent." Yet behind closed doors, many labels quietly began exploring AI for cheaper content pipelines. The line between art and algorithm had officially blurred. What does originality mean in an age of AI? How do we protect listeners and creators when music can be cloned, voiced, and packaged in minutes? Smith's case reignited debates over AI in creative industries. While some celebrated the democratization of production, others warned of an arms race, with labels, fraudsters, and tech platforms chasing the same viral machine. OpenAI and Google issued joint guidelines for watermarking AI music, but enforcement remains fragmented. The future of music now lives in a legal, ethical, and creative gray zone. Today, most of Michael Smith's creations are gone, wiped from catalogs, stripped of royalties, but echoes remain. Playlists that still feature his tracks, algorithms that still lean on false data, indie musicians who still struggle to be heard. The case of Michael D. Smith isn't just about fraud. It's about the fragility of truth in a world where machines can mimic meaning. He fooled an entire industry, not with violence, but with volume, fake beats, real money. Welcome to the new